Published 0921 EDT, 20 September 2017. Updated 1053 EDT, 20 September 2017. The owners of a luxury glamping campsite have built a spectacular new treehouse for guests to stay in, costing nearly as much as the average home in Britain. Eva and Tim Johnson spent more than £200,000 making the handcrafted treetop structure, which has 4 bedrooms, a fully working kitchen and a balcony. According to the UK House Price Index, which uses data from HM Land Registry, that sum almost matches the average house price in Britain, £226,185. Tremendous. The Piglety was built by campsite owner Tim Johnson using diseased elm trees felled in Eastbourne, cooking up a storm, as the 4 bedrooms weren't enough. There's also a fully fitted kitchen with a sink, an electric hob. It'll grow on you. The impressive build incorporates live trees throughout the living spaces as seen in this bedroom. Spacious and interior. Look at one of the bedrooms, which also boasts of dining area and 2 generous skylights. The treehouse is festooned with unique features. The amazing build, called Piglety, took 3 years to construct, with Mr. Johnson doing much of the grueling work himself. Mrs. Johnson said they wanted their Blackberry Wood campsite in Ditchling, near Eastbourne, East Sussex, to be a unique experience for guests looking to escape to the countryside. The pair had already transformed a helicopter and London bus for guests to stay in, and built a slightly smaller treehouse. Mrs. Johnson, 46, said Tim had always had a childhood dream of building a treehouse. When we applied for planning permission on the first one we built, we didn't really think we would get it. They are very fairy tale-like. Tim did everything himself on the first one, but we had help from local craftsmen on this one. The whole thing, from putting down the initial foundations, took 3 years to complete. It's a very labor-intensive job. We haven't dared to add up the total cost of the treehouse, but we know it has cost us more than £200,000 to build. They added, when you start the project, you don't really know if you will get rentals on the treehouse to make back your money. But the response has been amazing. We have been pretty much fully booked since we started accepting bookings. All decked out. The amazing treehouse is so well furnished it even contains a wood burner and running electricity. Bargain. Although it's of spacious design, the Piglety can be rented out from the reasonable cost of £175 per night. Couple have been running the campsite for 14 years, quitting their full-time jobs to renovate the site in 2003. Mrs. Johnson previously worked as a teacher in a secondary school, while Mr. Johnson ran a backpacking tours company. Their latest treehouse edition starts at £175 for guests to stay in. Mrs. Johnson said they had bought the campsite to allow their children, Charlie, 13, Ziggy, 10, and 6-year-old Vita, to grow up in the countryside. Innovative. The attention to detail is impressive, with the owner's hard work clearly paying off. Recycled goods deliberately as eco-friendly as possible. The interior is lined with disused scaffolding planks, a labor of love. Having clearly enjoyed the mammoth project, Mr. Johnson even made the windows here. Chipped new ventures. Mrs. Johnson previously worked as a teacher in a secondary school, while Mr. Johnson ran backpacking tours. Said, we did all this for the kids, really. We wanted them to have a place to grow up in the countryside. I was pregnant with Charlie when we bought the campsite. It was filled with these horrid, old static caravans. We could work on the site while having the children around us. And now there are always other kids around for them to play with, and they have slept in all the bits we have transformed. We also throw birthday parties for them in the bus as well. They absolutely love it. The treehouse was built using diseased elm trees, which were felled in Eastbourne and then processed at a sawmill in nearby Heathfield, while the interior is lined with disused scaffolding planks. And the kitchen has a full working hob, microwave, and toaster for guests to use while they stay. Enjoying a well-earned break. The hospitality manager previously transformed a helicopter and London bus for guests' customer care. Mrs. Johnson said they wanted their Blackberry Wood campsite in Ditchling, near Eastbourne, East Sussex, to be a unique experience for guests looking to escape to the countryside.